Top of the morning. Welcome to the Top of the Morning Show with your girl TT from the D. It is Thankful Thursday all across the board. Wherever you are, I hope that you feel thankful. No matter what happened yesterday, during Hump Day Wednesday, Wind Down Wednesday, whatever that looked like for you. Today is another day, and I am thankful to be along the journey of the living beings. Some people didn't wake up this morning. Some people didn't wake up yesterday. We lost an iconic woman yesterday. Tina Turner passed away. 83 years old, right? And my husband and I discussed what we've learned over the years about her. And there's so much greatness from her. She paved the way for a lot of people in a lot of areas. And then you have people that have lost parents, children, spouses, friends, relatives, even foes. So when you wake up, every day is a thankful day. But we just dubbed Thursday Thankful Thursday around here. In honor of Women in Podcasting and Radio Takeover, this week, Holy Father Activate. So in honor of the Women in Podcasting and Radio Takeover this week, as I said, we are going to kick off some more fun facts this week. Today, we're going to talk about 50 of the most influential women in podcasts in the industry right now currently, according to Quill. Okay? Here we go. And this is for the International Women's Day. These are influential women in the podcasting realm. And one day, I hope to be amongst the 50, right? So, let's go here. Claudette McGowan. She's the host of C-Suite. And Claudette is an experienced technology executive with demonstrated results, working in financial services, healthcare, government, and consulting. You have Mary Nilsson and Taylor Phillip. They are co-hosts for Fearless Beauties, founder of Fearless Beauties, as well as social media coordinators. Mary is the originator and creative thinker behind Spectrum Advanced Anesthetics Institute. And Taylor has completed her bachelor's degree in psychology while working on her master's. She supports Fearless Beauties, social media, and behind the scenes logistics. We have Heather Gordon, host of The Heather Gordon Show on LinkedIn. She's a managing director in Canada for Acast, with a successful career in television that has spanned 2 decades in the Canadian largest media outlets, including Chum, Bell Media, and CBC. Okay. We have Fatima Zaidi. That's Zaidi if you want to look her up. She is the founder and CEO of Quill Inc., who put this list together for us. You could find her hosting her show, Fatima Zaidi, on LinkedIn. We have Jessica Kupferman. That's Kupferman. She's the co-founder and CEO of She Podcast. You can find her hosting on LinkedIn her own show, which is her name, Jessica Kupferman. And she is a brand in itself. And she currently supports over 18,000 female podcasters and has a digital marketing reach over 55,000 content creators. So you might want to check her out. Sarah Koenig, and that's Koenig. So Koenig, I should say Koenig. Sarah Koenig, host and co-creator of Serial. Looks like on all digital platforms. We have Jean Sargent. She's the CEO of Wondery. You could catch her hosting her own show and her own namesake, Jean Sargent, on LinkedIn. We have Esprit Devora. Devora is the last name spelling. She's the host and producer of Women in Tech. We have Sarah Zandenbergen and Kim Kokolotz. Senior Program Specialist, co-host, Take Back, Talk Back. You have Helen Hayes. She's the host of The Holler, and she's also Managing Director and Head International Equity Sales and Trading with CIBC Capital Markets. You have Julia Kassam, Alexandra Nedialkova, which is, I don't know, I'm going to spell it, Nedialkova. And you have Roxana Esmelji, Esmailji, and Victoria Kutovsky, Kutovsky. They are the producers of CIBC Innovation Banking. You could check them out. You have Hannah Bank. She's the host of Sick Kids VS. You have Gina Weiss Berman. She's the host of the Gina Weiss Berman Show on LinkedIn. You have Hiban Nigatu and Tracy Clayton. They're co-host of Another Round. You have Starlee Kine. That's Kine. She's the host of The Mystery Show. You have Anna Sale. She is host of Death, Sex, and Money. That's interesting. You have Julie Shapiro, executive producer of Ear Hustle. I like that name. That's nice. Lydia Polgreen. She is hosting on LinkedIn, The Lydia Polgreen Show. Lulu Miller and Alex Spiegel, co-host of Invisibilia. And that's also on all social media platforms. Ellen Horn of The Ellen Horn Show on LinkedIn. Eleanor Kagan of The Eleanor Kagan. You can find her show streaming from her website, Eleanor Kagan, and that's Kagen. Crystal West, co-host of The Read. Kate Linebaugh, and that's Linebaugh, co-host of The Journal. Kelly McEvers, host of Embedded. Hillary Frank, host of The Longest Shortest Time. Kristen Meisner, co-host of Movie Therapy with Raffer and Kristen. Carrie Hoffman, with The Carrie Hoffman Show on LinkedIn. Pandora Sykes, host of Doing It Right. Amanda Duberman, host of the Betches Sup podcast. AJ Holiday and Tam Bam, co-host We Talk Back. Amy Elisa Jackson, host of In Pursuit. Ellen Hislop and Stephanie Rotz, co-host of The Gist of It. Melissa Monty, host of Mind Love. Sarah Stockdale, host of The Growth Effect. Erica Mandy, host of The Newsworthy. Christina Barzi, Barsi, with The Christina Barzi Show on LinkedIn. Allison Marino, with The Allison Marino Show on LinkedIn. Lindsay Tjepkema, I'm sure I'm chopping it up, so I'm going to spell it. Tjepkema, spelt just like I spelled, but it's also on LinkedIn, her own show. Christina Rubino, with The Christina Rubino Show on LinkedIn. Kathleen Ewan, and that's Unwin, with The Kathleen Ewan Show on LinkedIn. Renee Wong, with The Renee Wong Show on LinkedIn. Ariel Nissenblatt, of The Ariel Nissenblatt on LinkedIn. Amber Mack, the host of The Feed on all social media platforms. She's also appeared on Bloom TV and CNN. You have Courtney Spitzer and Stephanie Carton, and that's Cartin. They are the host and co-host of The Esperanista. Rachel King, with The Rachel King Show on LinkedIn. Janine Wright with the Janine Wright Show on LinkedIn. Ain Corby and Kate Martin Newhaman with Pandora's Box co-host. Leslie Merklinger with the Leslie Merklinger Show on LinkedIn. Katie Jensen with the Katie Jensen Show on LinkedIn. And that is all we have. Now let me tell you this. Allison Osborne is the director of growth marketing. She's a passionate storyteller and is Quill's director of growth marketing. Previously the co-founder of the CMO of the branded podcast agency. She excels in merging creativity with data in order to successfully build and grow a brand. These ladies, I salute them. I've never listened to any of them, but I did my research and I thought that it was quite interesting to be able to share how many amazing women there are in podcasting doing their thing on different platforms. A lot, if you notice, were on LinkedIn, but some are on major platforms doing amazing things. But it's not all about what they do as in their 9 to 5. We all do 9 to 5 jobs. Well, a lot of us do. Whether it's from your home or brick and mortar, you do a job. And so that takes up most of your time, but then you carve out that time to dive into your mind and heart, and you bring the news, you bring information, you bring entertainment, you open up opportunities for others to hear things that they thought they'd never hear and find things that they thought they'd never find. So keep doing what you do. That's to all of my women in podcasting, all of my women in radio. If you missed the Women in Podcast and Radio Takeover for my Tap In Tuesday show, it's still up, will stay up. And you can do the live stream checkout through my YouTube page, TT at the D Podcast, TT from the D Podcast, I should say. Also on LinkedIn, Twitter, and of course, Facebook. And you can see the live stream. I had some amazing podcast and radio personalities. I had Rocky Harris. I have Nikki Jones, Sunshine, Melody Fresh, Princess on Air, TT from the D. So I had 5 amazing women that came out and just shared so much knowledge and information. It was unbelievable. I learned a lot. And I enjoy creating that platform. And you could also check out my show Monday through Friday, 6 a.m. on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Amazon Music, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and several other platforms that I'm not really familiar with. But you could also hear them streaming across the globe, which is super amazing. Couldn't do it without you guys. I appreciate you checking out my show. Every time you choose TT from the D Podcast, it's a blessing to me. And I hope that I'm a blessing to you. Check us out tomorrow morning for our TGIF version. I'll see you soon.